Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come in and run my mouth when I tell y'all Keith Lee got the girls in Atlanta shook. Hey, hey. I never heard of this man until the other day. Now, 14 million other folks did. He has over 14 million followers on TikTok, and he has over 1 million followers on Instagram. Now, based off of my comment section and based off of the other comments that I've read online, whether it was Twitter or Instagram, I have seen nothing but nice things said about Keith Lee. I have not seen one negative comment. I really haven't. So the girls ought to be shook because it sounds like y'all messing with. It sounds like y'all messing with 14 million folks, girl, son. You hear me? Because they are not playing about Keith Lee. When I tell you Keith Lee had Kandi, shout out to Kandi. I ain't gonna never get my black box. Not after today, anyways. Girl, Keith Lee had Kandi go put on her good wig. You know, Kandi got 50,000 jobs. So the simple fact that Kandi had to stop, girl, had to stop working to go down to the TikTok and explain to the people what happened, which quiet as it's kept. She could have just kept her mouth closed because what she said, she could have left it alone. We gonna get into it though. Yeah, but Keith got all the girls scared. And you know what the gag is? This is a gag about Keith. Keith. Now let me say something before we even get into the mess. If you, because I realize that sometimes, um, we get new people over here every day. Shout out to all the new subscribers. If you think you gonna get what Keith Lee give, girl, I want you to log out right now. Because we do stuff over here completely different. Okay? So whatever you think, whatever Keith Lee gives, I don't give that. Okay? The other day we was live and we was over here kikiing and laughing. Shout out to the new person if you're still here. But it was someone who I assumed was new. They had to be new. They told me that I needed to keep it professional. I said professional. Okay, you must be new. Because if you was one of the old heads or one of the girls or boys who've been around for a minute, you would know that ain't nothing about your Rodney the voice, girl, professional. Okay? Now, especially not over here. Now, maybe if I got on TV one day, right? Maybe if I, was on radio one day, or maybe if I was down to somebody's podcast and they told me I needed to reel it in, then I would reel it in. But until that day comes, you gonna get what you get. Because she told me I was unprofessional. So anyways, Keith Lee, I don't know where he lives. I don't know. He's in Atlanta, or at least he was. And he goes around and he visits restaurants. And they say he, has changed the game for a lot of people. Restaurants who were near closing. Just him coming out and speaking about the restaurant had made things turn around, right? So people take his word very seriously. Uh, so we talked about the real milk and honey the other day. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna go ahead and get him out of the way. Let me go ahead and get him out of the way. So this is according to I have it right here. This is according to the neighborhood talk. Let me bring him up. Who is this? I'm actually sitting in the car on the roof, in the parking garage on the roof. It's so gorgeous up here. I'm just looking over the city. This car just pulled up here. Girl, I don't know what they want. Anyways, so this is according to the neighborhood talk. Someone put ATL's Real Milk and Honey owner reportedly responds to Keith Lee's criticism again. Um, the owner of the Real Milk and Honey really got on radio this morning and said, "You don't go to a restaurant for service, you go for food." Huh? LOL. They're saying that's what um, the owner of the Real Milk and Honey said, let me say something. And this is exactly what I mean. I'm trying to get my words together. I'm not trying to. We have all been to white establishments, and I'll say a lot of us have probably experienced um, less than great service. We don't know if it's because we black. We don't know. We don't know if it's because you might be Asian or Hispanic or whatever the case may be. Oh girl, girl, girl. Um, Whatever the case may be, we don't know, right? But I do know that whenever we go to these establishments and we feel as though we've been mistreated, we don't have a problem coming out and letting the girls know, girl, this is what happened to me, and this is why I think it happened. I understand that sometimes as black people, we can be hard on black people, right? And sometimes we do need to take our foot off of the gas just a tad bit. But when it comes to this restaurant stuff, y'all, I have come to believe that I'm being y'all hear them people getting out the car? Okay, they about to go do they about to go they about to go do booty. They about to go do booty, girl. I know that's right, girl. It's cold outside, honey. Girl, it's Netflix and chill weather. Y'all hear her call? I know that's right. Girl, I ain't mad at it, honey. Girl, just don't get pregnant. Anyways, all right. So, anyways, um, I get it. I do. I really, really do. But I'm just of the belief that now a lot of these restaurants, girl, y'all got the game up. You have the owner of the Real Milk and Honey basically telling us, girl, who cares about customer service? Who cares about service when it should be about the food? And y'all wonder why these employees act the way that they act. Look at the owner. If the owner has the audacity to get his black ass on the radio in 2023 and say some mess like that, we can't expect the people underneath him to behave any other way but how he's behaving. Like he's behaving. It starts at the top. We can't expect the host, the hostess, or the waiters and waitresses, or the cooks, or the bus girls and bus boys to have any type of sense of urgency, to have any type of customer service, to treat people with respect and kindness. If you got the owner getting on the radio talking about who cares about service, we out here trying to serve y'all some food. Girl, you ain't doing nothing but what the other girls are doing. You throwing a waffle on a fucking plate and a piece of chicken. Girl, I can look at all y'all, and this is no tea, no shade. Shout out to all the people who own the restaurant. I'm not trying to come down on your restaurant. That's not what I'm doing. But girl, some of y'all got some nerve. Y'all want to come down. Y'all want to come down, girl, to the Instagram, to TikTok, girl, acting like y'all done created something new and fresh. Girl, I can look at 10 menus, and they pretty much gonna all look the same. At least, if you want to stand out from the competition, at least do something that the other girls are not doing. Girl, give me great customer service. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all, girls, I'm about to toot my horn. I'm about to toot my horn just for a couple of seconds. So I really don't like to talk about my business like that. Like that, I'll tell y'all what I want y'all to know. But I've told y'all this before. I have like a project manager, and it's someone at YouTube. They help you out with your channel, give you pointers, blah 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 blah. Well, the first guy, I'm not gonna say his name. He was nice. I had him for like 6 months. Um, he we talked, and they watch your videos just to see what your content is about. And I'm sorry, I said project manager, partner manager, partner manager. And, you know, they watch your videos to see what your content is about, blah, 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 how they can help you, what direction you want, you know, basically all the good stuff. And he told me, what you're doing is not unique. What you're doing is not different than what some of the other YouTubers are doing. It's the same. He said, but you have a way of delivering your content that makes it creative and makes it entertaining. He thought I had a team behind me. He thought that I had a team of writers who, you know, we would sit down and write out my content. I was like, no, baby, it's a team of one. Baby. I'm a one-woman army. So all I'm saying is this, girl, we all doing the same thing. But girl, at least try to make your stuff a little different than what the other girl is doing. Y'all all out here putting girl grits and shrimp on a plate. Girl, chicken and a piece of waffle on a plate. You might make it red velvet. And then, girl, y'all think that we should be satisfied with that. Girl, at least when I come to your place, at least give me excellent customer service. So then I can say, ooh, girl, you know where you need to go? You need to go over there because they don't play. Girl, I walked in, girl, everybody was smiling. Girl, they were so nice. No, but that's not what y'all do. Y'all all have attitudes. We're going to have to call a thing a thing. I'm not going to say all of y'all. I'll take that back. I'm starting to get a little too excited. But we've all experienced. We've been to these restaurants that are sometimes black owned. They hire a wait staff. It's mostly girls. They think they too fucking cute. They don't want to work. All they want to do is talk to each other, be on their phone. You wait 5 minutes, girl, for a fork. You wait 25 minutes for some water. The girl at the front, the hostess or the host, girl, they got an attitude. It's either always some gay boy or some straight black girl. I ain't gonna say she's straight. It's always some gay boy or black girl who at the front with a fucking attitude. Speak to you all type of dry. Ain't got no pep in their step. Nobody has a sense of urgency in the restaurant. You waiting for your food for 40 minutes. Girl, I'm ready to go. Now, this is not every black restaurant. But girl. And then, when you have someone like OLG, let's get into it. You have someone like Todd who swore up and down he's so goddamn busy he can't go downtown to get a permit for a generator. What are you doing? Because from what Mama Joyce say, every time she come over, your ass is in the back room sleep. Girl. And every time I look up, Kandi is on the road, girl, on the stage, girl, in New York at somebody's play, girl, in Orlando. Every man wants a woman. Shout out to Kanye. The people telling you that the light's going out down at OLG and you like you don't care. Because they look at this as a quick money grab, right? Kandi and Todd know that Kandi has a celebrity. She has a lot of Instagram followers. A lot of people like Kandi, right? They know that with her celebrity, with her following, that people are gonna go. I've been to OLG at probably about 4 times. Probably about 4 times. It's one of those places, no tea, no shade. If you go, you go. If you don't, you don't. You ain't missing nothing. Now, I will say this much, girl. Ooh, them deviled eggs, though. Ooh. Them deviled eggs is something else, girl. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. But yeah, it's one of those places I feel like it's a tourist place where you go and, you know, and because you know it's Kandi, right? You might run into Mama Joyce. Because that's who I really want to see. I want to see Mama Joyce and Aunt Nora. And Aunt Bertha. Aunt Bertha, I think Aunt Bertha might cuss me out though. But I want to see the aunties and the mamas. Okay. But anyways, I feel like that's what OLG is. You know what I'm saying? Um, Keith Lee, he goes to OLG because he was invited. He gets to OLG. And I think because of his following, again, if I saw him, now I would know who he was. But if I saw him 3-4 days ago, I wouldn't have known who he was. But he sends his family or friends into the establishment first. And Just like the Real Milk and Honey, they told his family and friends or whoever it was that they didn't have. Well, I think I forgot what it was at Real Milk and Honey. I think they said they were about to close. That's what it was. And then at OLG, they told whomever he sent in that it was going to be like a 90-minute wait. And but they didn't take down any information. So how would I know when it's time for my table if you haven't took my information down? So the family goes back, and then they all come in, and as soon as they come in, they notice Keith Lee. And so then the hostess says that they can have a table in 5 minutes. And he's like, well, you just told my family that it was going to be like 90 minutes. And then she said something about first come, first serve. I'm going to put the links to what Keith Lee and what Kandi had to say in the description box so you can hear him yourself. And so then he was like, that's okay. Thank you. God bless. His whole thing is, correct me if I'm wrong. I was sitting here thinking about this earlier. His whole thing is he wants to be treated like, a lack of a better word, like a regular person, right? I guess he understands his platform. He understands he has a bunch of followers. But even with that being said, I want you to treat my family like you would treat me. And it seems as though because his family, and not necessarily his family, just customers, period. But I'm talking about the people that he is with. You're treating them a certain way. But then I'm supposed to come in and then you treat me another way. How can I really give an honest review about your restaurant when you're clearly mistreating other people? You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is, this is what I think. You hear someone like Keith Lee, who has a whole bunch of followers. He goes to a restaurant. The food is amazing. The hostess is great. The waiter is great. But they're all putting on a stunt in a show because it's, guess who? Keith Lee. So then he'll come back, if he was to come back down to his platform and say, "Ooh, y'all need to go check out," we'll just say, Old Lady Gang. You need to go check out Old Lady Gang. The food is amazing. The hostess was great. We sat down like in 5 minutes. We didn't have an issue. And then everybody starts to go down to OLG. And now we like, well, girl, when we went, girl, we had to wait 2 hours. Girl, when we went, we had to wait an hour. Girl, when we went, the food wasn't that good. Like when I went one time with my best friend when we were in Atlanta, he got the fish. He said the fish was amazing. I remember I got the salmon. Girl, it felt like I was eating a piece of beef jerky, if you really want to be honest about it. Hello? Huh. So if he comes and tells all his followers, blah, 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 then everybody else is going to be expecting that same experience. But the truth of the matter is, this is a gag, right? And I just thought about this earlier too. We're not going to get the same experience because we just regular people. We're not celebrities. So now, of course, the celebrities, when they go to a restaurant, and they may not even know it, or maybe they know it and don't care, they're going to go sit down, receive all this great service, then they're going to come out and say, "Ooh, girl, you know where I went the other night, girl? It was so good." And then we all going to be like, "Ooh, girl, so-and-so went to so-and-so. Go, we need to try it out." And then we go, and then we get the complete opposite experience. And then we scratching our head like, "Well, girl, he said or she said that, girl, it was this." But we have to realize that those are celebrities. And they're going to be treated differently. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, girl, I ain't going to sit here and lie to y'all. Now, Keith is a better man than I could ever be. Because I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Girl, if I was a celebrity, or if I had a big name, and I knew that I could get my mama and them into the restaurant in 5 minutes, girl, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm using my name. Girl, if I can get into the restaurant to get my chicken early, girl, I'm using it. Girl, yes, girl, it's Rodney the Voice. Hi. I want to know, can I have a table? Yes, this is Rodney the Voice. Rodney the Voice? Yes. Oh, you have a table in 5 minutes? Okay, we'll be down. Okay. Girl, I'm not even going to sit here and play no games with y'all. I'm going to be down to the restaurant. Girl, girl sitting down. Hello? I'm not playing no games with y'all. So yeah, that right there, girl, we completely different. I said, girl, you got 14 million followers and you got 1 million followers on Instagram, girl. You have a very large platform. And you talking about, girl, you want to just sit there? Girl, I would have been in that, girl, I would have been in that restaurant so fast. Okay? But anyways, girl. But yeah. And so then here comes Kandi. Kandi comes down to Instagram. I'm sorry, to TikTok. And she says that yes, it's true that they don't do takeout service on the weekend. Now, listen, this is the thing. I didn't hear Keith say anything about takeout service. Maybe it was a different video. I just saw him talking about him sending his family in. They told him one time, and then when he went in, it was 5 minutes, right? And he felt like you don't treat people the same, right? Y'all want to be on this, oh, I'll treat you differently versus this person, right? And so, but anyways, Kandi was saying that they don't do takeout on the weekend, and the reason why is because they I thought somebody was coming up here. They get busy and they don't want to overwhelm their kitchen. Girl, listen, I know Kandi is a businesswoman, but that's some of the dumbest shit I'd have never heard in my life. I saw somebody on Twitter, and I saw people agreeing with this person talking about it's Atlanta, and it can be overwhelming. Girl, I live in the fourth largest city in the goddamn country. Atlanta is not that big compared to Houston or New York or LA or Chicago or Dallas. Girl, hello. And I ain't never heard of no restaurant saying that, girl, because it's the weekend, we do not take takeout orders. If anything, if you're that busy, that would mean, if you have that much demand, then that means that you would say, oh, you know what? Let's hire some part-time people to work on the weekend. Let's teach them. But we know y'all don't like to teach people either, girl. That's why y'all customer service is piss poor. Is my mic still on? Okay, it's still on. That don't make no sense. None at all. None. And y'all know it. I told y'all the story one time. I went to OLG probably like 3-4 years ago. I'm gonna try to find the video. And I told y'all it was me and my best friend. We had went to Atlanta. I think it was Black Pride weekend. Them are the only prides I go to. I don't really fool with the white prides, y'all. Girl, what a niggas at? Okay, what a niggas at? Okay. Anyways, so we go down to Atlanta for Pride. I think it was Labor Day weekend. I almost went to White Pride this year in LA because Mariah Carey and Meg the Stallion was there, and I was like, "Ooh, girl, I want to go see Meg." you know. Anyway, let me shut up. I wanted to go see Meg and Mariah, but really Meg, child. But I didn't make it. But anyways, so we went down there for Pride, and I still remember, girl. When I said, babe, we had a good time. Girl, we was drinking and dancing and drinking and dancing. And girl, knucking if you bucking, and girl, girl, throwing it in a circle. We weren't doing all that, girl. We had a good time though. And I remember I didn't really eat that day, which is not nobody's fault but my own. I didn't really eat that day because I was trying to be skinny. The girls in Atlanta, girl, give you body. And when I say girls, I'm talking about the boys. The boys, aka the girls, the kids. We call them the boys, the girls, the kids. Okay, the boys in Atlanta, girl, they give you nothing but body, yaddy, yaddy. And so, I wasn't feeling my best. I think I was working out a little bit, but I wasn't feeling my best. And I was like, girl, you just got to try to be as skinny as possible. So I think that day, I think I ate like a half an apple and a half a strawberry, girl. 2 peanuts, a little cube of cheese. Girl, and I think a teaspoon of water because I didn't want my stomach sticking out at all. I was trying to get my stomach as fat as possible for the next 48 hours, okay? So God really hadn't eaten anything. And so we went out to some day party in Buckhead. I still remember Saucy Santana was there. And my friend walked up and spoke to him. Saucy was actually nice to my he was nice to my friend. Um But anyways, so afterwards, we were both hungry. And I was like, I need to put something on my stomach, girl. At that point, girl, I had to cave in, girl. Girl, when I tell you your daddy was hungry, girl, I needed something on my stomach because that alcohol had me, girl, rocking, baby. Um, so anyways, um, we decided to go to OLG. I forgot who decided. We decided to go. So we caught a Lyft or Uber, I don't know which one, to OLG. We get there. Now, I don't really like to go to restaurants near closing time. I just don't. I will, but I don't like it. That night, I was like, girl, it's getting close, but I'm hungry. So we go to OLG. We got there late. It was late. I think they closed at 10, and I think we got there like at 9:30. And something was going on with me in the car. Well, my friend was like, look, girl, just hurry up and find what you need. Do what you're doing, and then I'm going to go and get us a table. I was like, okay, girl, good. So I couldn't get it together. It was something going on, girl. I was drunk boots. There was a lot going on in that car. So by the time I finished doing what I was doing in the car, I think I had lost something. I can't remember what I lost. Or I thought I lost something. I can't remember. So, anyways, by the time I got out of the car, my friend was walking back to me. He was like, "Oh, girl, they don't sit down. They won't let us sit down. They don't let customers sit. They don't seat customers after 9:30." I said, "Girl, what?" I said, okay, girl. I guess it's just the rule, girl. Fine, no big deal. Even though in Houston, Texas, we'll get into that in a little bit. I said, well, I'm just gonna get something to eat. We can eat, we can eat it at the hotel. So I go, I just, girl, I go in like, girl, can I place a to-go order? Girl, she tells me no. She told me at the time, I remember that lady telling me that they do not place to-go orders after 9 o'clock. They don't do to-go orders after 9 o'clock. Huh? What you say, girl? So I said, okay. So we was just sitting outside on the street looking like some $2 hookers. Okay. I remember it was a couple too who had traveled there from somewhere. Not necessarily traveled to Atlanta for like OLG, but that was on their list while they were in Atlanta. And they didn't get anything to eat either. So I was like, girl, this is a mess. Girl, I was cussing in my head. I ain't cuss her out. I don't really disrespect people like that. I will disrespect you in my head though. Hello? So I'm like, this is a mess. This don't make no sense. So we end up leaving. I have never been to a restaurant in Houston, Texas. And they told me, even if it was 30 minutes before closing, and they tell me, oh, girl, we don't sit people after 9. I swear to God, that has never happened to me. Okay? Not that I can remember. I was out with my sister the other day. We were at this restaurant called Papacitos. Papacitos is a Mexican restaurant. We were at the one off 610 over there by NRG. We got there around like it was 8 something because we had just left the Galleria. It was just me and my sister. My brother-in-law was off that day, so he was at the house with the kids, and so we was like, we about to go to the mall and go get some meat. So we sitting there eating, blah, talking about people being messy, wearing these hoes out like we always do. Girl, having a little margarita, talking about the girls and boys. Okay, wearing them low. Girl. And it was almost time to go. It was almost 10 o'clock. I think it was like 9:50 something. We finally got the check. We was good to go. Girl, literally, they were still walking people in to sit down and eat. I'm not lying to y'all. There's a Papados. That's a seafood restaurant. There's the one that I go to the most is the one downtown. I have been to that Papados, no lie, about 30 times. And I can tell y'all right hand to the man. I have seen them sit people at they close at 10 o'clock on the weekend, 9 o'clock during the weekday. I have seen people walk in 5 minutes before closing, 10 minutes before closing. And they still sit them people down. I was there a couple of times, and I'm sure the kitchen was probably pissed off. I have seen, I think it was a manager. It's a white girl. It's a black guy. I think that's a manager, and it's a white girl who's, I think, the assistant manager. I have seen the manager sit people down after 10 o'clock. I remember it was 2 guys and 2 girls. I assumed it was like a double date. They came in one night. It was like 10 something. A few minutes after 10. I was wrapping my stuff up. I think I was waiting on some. Don't judge. I think I was waiting on some. I think I was waiting on a piece of pie. Oh, big self. Girl, I think I was waiting on a piece of pie or something. So I was waiting on my pie, girl, to go. Because I was going to eat it. I was going to come home. Girl, I was going to put my pie in the refrigerator. I was going to take me a shower. Girl, make me a little cocktail. Girl, and then eat my pie. So anyways, girl, that's beside the story. So I was waiting on my pie. And I remember like 2 couples walking in. I assume they were couples. And the white lady set them down. The girl, it was probably, I know it was at least 10:05. 10:05, and they still got a seat. Now, I'm not saying it happens all the time, but it happened that night. And I was like, girl, did she just really sit these people down? Girl. Maybe it was a celebrity. I don't know. And I just didn't know. But I'm telling you, I have seen it happen at that Papados all the time. So the whole sitting down stuff after 9 o'clock or 9, we don't see people after 9:30. And then this whole thing about not taking orders on the weekend because it's too busy. Girl, what? That's how y'all doing business? But y'all have people, no tea, no shade, while Kandi might be a phenomenal, songwriter, singer, when it comes to certain businesses, right? Business. But girl, that right there lets me know, girl, y'all don't know what y'all doing. How do you have a restaurant and then, girl, on the weekend you tell the girl, that's like calling a pizza place and the pizza place telling you, girl, we don't do takeout pizzas or delivery on the weekend because it's too busy. That's like at Nordstrom. A lot of places have it now. BOPIS, buy online, pick up in store. For those who may not know what that is basically you can order something online. If the store has it, you can pick it up at that store, right? So they'll bring it out to your car. You can go in and pick it up. You don't have to necessarily have to walk around the store and shop. Basically, somebody will do the shopping for you. There's been times where it would be hella busy. You think Nordstrom was turning out? Girl, I remember when it happened one time. Now, it did happen one time. It got so busy. Even the store manager was like, okay, we have to turn our BOPIS. It was a lot going on. But it was just for that day. I remember them saying, y'all need to call. Can y'all call people in? Tell them like we'll pay them double, like we'll pay them overtime if they come in today. It was that busy. But for the most part, that was like the only, and I worked at Nordstrom for 8 years. But for the most part, like that never really happened. So this whole thing about we're too busy on the weekend and we want to overwhelm our kitchen. Well, girl, how about you staff more people? Because it clearly sounds like you have a demand. You have a demand, but instead of you wanting to, girl, have a supply for the demand, girl, you say, no, we're not going to do it because, girl, the kitchen gets overwhelmed. Girl, what is y'all doing down there at OLG? But see, I can tell you what y'all be doing. This is why y'all don't know what y'all doing. Because y'all want to hire your family and friends. You want to hire somebody. You want to hire, I'm not just saying OLG, but this is for restaurants who probably fail. You have people who have no experience in that field. You have people who only are about the money, aka Todd Burruss. Sorry. Okay. They don't care if the customers are sitting in the dark. They don't care if the hostess is rude. They don't care if it takes forever to get your food. Because if the money is not affected, they are A-OK. I can guarantee you my last $2 that if the money at OLG, the Real Milk and Honey, and every other restaurant started to go down, if their pockets started to be affected, I can guarantee you they'll change some shit at those restaurants. But as long as the money keeps flowing in, and I guess this is for me too, girl. As long as we continue to go, then they're not gonna care. Because it's like, why do I need to change anything if the money is still going, if the money is still coming in? Who cares about the customer service? Because they still gonna come. Because they know that Kandi's name carries a lot of weight. And they know people like Kandi. And they know people want to see Kandi, right? And see Mama Joyce, and see Aunt Nora, and see Aunt Bertha, and see Todd. We'll go down there a couple of times out the month, once a month, once every few months, on a Friday or a Saturday, take some pictures, give the people what they want. They'll all go online and say, "Oh my God, we ran into Kandi and Todd. They were so nice. The food was amazing." Knowing damn well it took you an hour and a half to probably get your food. Let me shut up. I don't know. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all don't be knowing what y'all be doing. And y'all don't care to know what y'all are doing. Y'all don't want to hire people with experience. And even if you don't hire someone with experience, because listen, this is the thing. We didn't have experience until we got experience. Okay? So even if you're hiring someone who may not have experience in dealing with customers or working at a restaurant, you need to hire people who can train those people. But you want to hire your best friend's son who need a job because, girl, he's trying to get back on his feet. Girl, I'm not mad at that. But the thing is, your best friend's son who's trying to get back on his feet, he got a fucking attitude and don't want to come to work. And then when he do come to work, girl, he half-assing. And then when somebody try to tell him that he needs to do better, he got a fucking attitude. Uh-uh. 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 You want to hire the cute girls, right? Because you want them to be in the front. I get it. You want the attractive people to be the waiters and the waitresses. But girl, the cute girls, they got too much fucking attitude and don't want to work and want to prance around. Don't want to bring a motherfucker a glass of water. It takes forever to bring that. I asked for a fork 10 minutes ago, ma'am. How you think I'm gonna eat my food with my hands? Because you want to be in the back flirting with one of the cooks. I'm telling y'all. I'm not saying this is OLG. My sister went to the turkey leg cut here in Houston. She said the food was decent. I've been to turkey leg cut, but I've never dined in. I used to always get my food to go, or I would go to the. I would either go in and get my food to go, or either I would go to the food truck. I'm not gonna lie, I stopped going to the food truck because I felt like they started slacking with the food in the food truck. I was like, girl, I'd rather go on the inside and get my food. Um, my sister, who is a good tipper, we don't do that tip. We don't do that. We don't do that non-tipping shit over here. Okay. Sometimes we tip more than we should, anyways. Y'all know my thing with tipping. I be so nervous not to tip people, but I'm cutting that shit out though. We start at 25% and then we work our way down. Fuck around and find out. You, girl, I get up, girl, you got $4 sitting on the table. But I know I'm a good tipper. My sister is a good tipper, and my brother-in-law is a good tipper. My brother-in-law, he likes to fucking over tip. Okay. I don't mind over tipping too, but girl, I think the tip was supposed to be like $25, and I think he left like 50. And my sister was like, "Why you leave this bitch $50? She ain't did shit. We waited all day for a goddamn fork. We waited for our goddamn drinks. We waited all day for some goddamn water. Girl, we waited all day for some goddamn napkins." Okay? So it's stuff like that. I just want the black restaurants to do better. That's it. Because let me tell you something. The same way I go to these white restaurants, and if I feel like I'm not being served right, I say fuck you. I will go to the black restaurants, and if I feel like I'm not served right, I'll say fuck you too. I'm not giving my. It's too. And this is the truth. It's too many people out here serving chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits for me to be worried about you. You know how I feel about a barber, right? It's too many. Girl, in real life, it is 15 barbers on every corner. You got bitches and niggas and kids out here cutting fades. You think I'm about to let you stress me out over a haircut? No. I'm gonna cut the cord. I'm gonna go to the next nigga. And if he can't get it together, I'll go to the next one. Girl, I told y'all one time I went to four barbers in one. I went to four different barbers in one barber shop. Four. Do you hear what I just said? 4 barbers in one barbershop. Walked in there, bitch, and didn't give a damn. Keep on playing with me. I'll go around this whole goddamn barbershop. Back in the day, guys used to be scared to do stuff like that. I always felt like you had to have some loyalty to your barber. You know, some of these barbers be feeling themselves. And they feel like they can do what the hell they want to do. Well, guess what, baby? I can do what the hell I want to do too. And if you don't get it together, I'm going to go to the next nigga. And if he can't get it together, I'm going to go to the next nigga. And if he can't get it together, I'll go to the next nigga. Fuck around and find out. Like I said, there's too many people that's around her serving shrimp and grits and chicken and waffles. Girl, I'll just go to the next restaurant. And if she can't, I say, you know, I call everybody she. If she can't get it together, I'm gonna go to the next one. And if she can't get it, I'm gonna go to the next one. But I'm not gonna keep coming here and giving you my money all in the name of support a black business. Girl, fuck the family. The family fucked my husband. Shout out to Terry. Girl, no. And that's the line y'all always want to use with the girls and the boys. Every time. Y'all know y'all be out here doing wrong and not giving a damn about us. But y'all want to throw out there, girl, we need to support black businesses. Yes. The ones who do right. Half of y'all, if we're gonna be honest about it, shouldn't even be in business. Y'all looked up on $1 in a business plan. And girl, found your grandmama's recipes. And decided to go into business, but don't know shit about customer service. Don't know shit about hospitality. And then think I'm supposed to come and give you my money. And then you have a nigga over there at the Real Milk and Honey get his ass on the radio and tell us that, girl, why are we concerned about service? We need to be concerned about the food. Girl, what? Girl, I be so confused with y'all sometimes. Not y'all. Not y'all. Girl, I'm trying to go out and be cute and have a mimosa and have a cocky. A cocky is a cocktail. Shout out to Marisol. Girl, I'm trying to go out and be cute and have a cocky. Right? Girl, because quiet as it's kept, girl, I can make me a little piece of waffle and some chicken in my own goddamn house. But I'm trying to go out and have a good time and support the people in the process. But girl, I can't do that. Because when I come here, girl, the host or the hostess at the front, their attitude is dry. So we already starting off this relationship real rocky. I come in, hey, how you doing? Hey, how are you? Oh, okay, girl. I'm fine. Can I have a table for 3, please? It's gonna be about 50 minutes. Oh. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, okay. I can wait 50 minutes. Okay, we'll call you when it's time for your table. Where you gonna take my number down? How you gonna call me, girl? You gonna send me a smoke signal, bitch? What you gonna do? Girl, how you gonna, baby? How you gonna? What you gonna do? And girl, we supposed to be satisfied. No, y'all will learn. Keep playing with people. I'm not letting nobody play with my goddamn money. That's why I said all that tipping shit. And I know you done gave me bad service, and I know I'm a good tipper. I'm not gonna say I'm a great tipper. Like I'm not giving y'all no $100 on the girl. I ain't got no money like that. But girl, I tip. I don't believe in. I hate a $2 tipper. I can't stand. Girl, let me tell you, I would not even go if I find out you don't. If I find out you don't like to tip, girl, I wouldn't even go out with you no more. If you one of those people who don't like to tip, girl, I wouldn't even go out with you. It's one thing for you not to tip because the service is horrible. That I can understand. It's another thing for you not to tip just because, oh girl, it's kind of like, oh girl, oh you left $3. Girl, you leaving $3? You ain't got to worry about me no more coming out with your ass. Mm-mm. Especially if you can't even explain why you leaving $3. If I leave a bitch $3, bitch, I'm gonna explain from the time. I'm gonna explain everything from top to bottom on why you got $3. Well, let's start it to 25%. It would have been this, but anyways, girl, I'm scratching my hair. I think my scalp is a little dry. I dyed my hair again. I was trying to. It did get lighter a little bit. It's still not as light as I want it to be. Maybe that's what it is, y'all. Y'all think it's because I dyed my hair again? Because I dyed it like 2 weeks ago. But it's not permanent dye though. And the lady told me that I should be fine. It's gonna have to do. I want to dye it again. I'm not gonna dye it again. I want to, because I still want it. It's still not as light as I want it to be. But I feel like my scalp is a little dry. Anyways, but that's all I wanted. Keith Lee, honey, he out here doing the work of the Lord. He got y'all ass shaking in y'all boots. Y'all running down to the radio station. You got Kandi running her ass down to the tick to the talk. Girl, everybody explaining, everybody nervous. You ought to be. People sick and tired of y'all bullshit. People are sick and tired of y'all trying to use the black card in order to get our goddamn money. We work hard for our shit. I don't give a damn if let me tell you something. I don't give a damn if you selling pussy, ass, dick, girl. I don't care. You still working hard for your money. Girl, ain't nobody got time to be playing no games with y'all. Nobody. Shit. Anyways, let me go to the grocery store. What time is it? Okay, it's 10:30. It's 10:28. I still got a little time. I went to Kroger the other night. When I tell you Kroger, y'all got me so fucked up. I had a taste for some water. Y'all know I love watermelon with a little bit of salt. That's my problem. But I love watermelon, right? When put a little salt on it, girl, that's so country. That's how we used to do it in the country. That's how I grew up eating watermelon. Do not put watermelon in front of my face with no goddamn salt. I'm gonna send it right back. Anyways, girl, so I had some watermelon the other night with a little bit of salt. And when I say that watermelon was disgusting, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was in that package, because I like to get myself already cut up. I'm a rich black woman. Girl, I like myself already to cut. Girl, I'm not cutting no watermelon. I'm not getting no whole watermelon. Girl, that's how we used to do it back in the day. My aunts, they used to buy the big one, like the whole watermelons, right? And they would cut them with them big knives. I'm not doing all that. I want my stuff to already come cut. Okay. And girl, that watermelon was disgusting. I was so angry. I probably ate 2 pieces out of that whole container. Well, that's a lot. I probably ate about 3 or 4. Okay, I probably ate about 4 or 5. But it was a big container. It was a big container. And I was like, okay, girl, this is not, because I took the first bite, I was like, okay. I was like, okay, girl, maybe it's gonna get better. And I was like, okay, this is not working. This is not working. This is not what it's not giving what it's supposed to give. And so I was done. Kroger, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Got me wasting my goddamn money. Anyways, it wasn't number $5, but still, girl, I could have been using that $5 to go. Girl, I could have been using that $5 for something else. Shit, I'm be wasting my money. I'm gonna be pissed off. Anyways, that's all I had to say. Girl, this is another long-winded production. One thing about it, two things for sure, girl, I can run this trap. Girl, if I can't do nothing else. Bitch, if I can't do nothing else, girl, I'm gonna run this mouth of mine. Shit. Anyways, all right, I'm going, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I went to Atlanta this weekend, right? And I went to OLG. So I went to a day party. After the day party, I was starving. I needed something to eat because I knew that we was gonna be going out again to the club, and I needed something in my stomach. So I was like, "This girl." So my friend was like, "You want to go to OLG, girl? Let's go to OLG, girl." OLG food is not nasty, but it does not live up to the hype. Okay, I'm here to let y'all know. I'm not trying to down no black restaurant or nothing like that. I'm just telling y'all, the food is decent, but it ain't like, girl, when I first went there, I was like, oh, girl, this is it? Okay, now I will say, those fried deviled eggs, maybe some of the best things I've ever tasted in my life. The fried deviled eggs are some of the best deviled eggs, the best food I've ever tasted in my life. The baked chicken is decent. I already knew I was gonna get some baked chicken and the fried deviled eggs in 2 sides. That's what I was gonna get, and then save some of it for after the club. But so we go to OLG. Now we look up the time. It closed at 10. We got there at 9:30. Right? I'm like, cool. 30 minutes. Girl, I have walked into restaurants, girl, 10 minutes before they closed, and I was still served. Girl, I can go to Chili's 10 minutes before they close, and girl, they still gonna serve me. So, girl, I had my mask. I was looking for my mask, right? I took my mask off when I got in the car. So I took my mask. No, well, I pulled my mask down. Me and my friend was talking to the driver, and I felt like he couldn't hear me, so I pulled my mask down. I didn't know my mask was still wrapped around my face. Girl, I was drunk. So I got out of hell this man. I'm like, what my mask at? So my friend was like, girl, I'm gonna go get us a table. I'm like, okay, girl. Now, mind you, my mask was on my face this whole time. And the driver like, I don't know. So I'm looking in the back seat, girl. He turning on the lights. I'm looking all on the floor. I'm like, I'm like, this mask gotta be somewhere in this car. But the whole time the mask was wrapped around my face. I had just pulled it down over my, down so he could hear me talk. So anyways, girl. We go inside my friend come back and say, oh, they not seating nobody. Girl, they not seating nobody. I said, okay, girl, whatever. Girl, it's 9:30, whatever. I said, I just get my food to go. So I go about and say, can I place a to-go order? Oh, we don't do to-go orders past 9 o'clock on the weekends. Girl, what? Hold up. Okay. So y'all not seating nobody, and y'all don't take to-go orders past 9 o'clock on the weekends? I said, okay. This black couple walked up. Girl, she telling the same thing. We not seating nobody. The girl, she wasn't pissed, but she was like, oh my God. We was outside talking. She was like, oh my God. She was like, I just came all the way from New York to eat here. Well, that wasn't the only reason, but she was like, I came from New York. She was like, well, on my list was to come to OLG. So the simple fact that I'm leaving tomorrow and I haven't, I didn't get to come to one of the spots that was on my, on my list, it pisses me off. And just like we said, girl, if you're going to stop seating people at 9:30, or if you're going to stop doing takeout orders at 9 o'clock, bitch, just say y'all close at 9. Girl, just say y'all close at 9. Don't have 10 when I look up what time y'all close, and it say 10 p.m., but girl, y'all not seating nobody at 9:30, and y'all not doing to-go orders past 9 o'clock on the weekends. Anyways, that's all I wanted. All right, y'all. That was the Real Housewives of Atlanta tea. I'll be back, girl. The girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. Girl, Akbar is ghetto boots. I don't know why y'all be expecting stuff out of certain people that you shouldn't expect stuff. We're going to talk about that in another video. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.